Well, hi everyone. Today it's a bit of a weird video. I went out to do some magnet fishing, found out there was ice everywhere, decided to take a short walk, got into contact with a woman who said I could walk all around the little piece of nature I was in. So I decided to do that. Took me about 3.5 hours, and this is just an impression of what happened. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll go magnet fishing next time. Chatty bye. Hello everyone, this is Guido Pelagos, straight from nature today. I made a bit of a mistake. I had this great idea this morning to do some magnet fishing, and then I got outside and everything's frozen and it's too thin to walk over it. But it's too thin. Sorry, it's too thin to walk over it, and it's too thick to crash through it with a magnet. So I ended up just walking here, and I keep needing these walks to go into nature because although I'm fine myself, I'm doing okay. I mean, my health is good. I quit smoking altogether. I don't drink anymore. I used to smoke some pot, I gave that up, and I feel better than ever. Healthier than ever. But I still need to find myself a nice occupation. I need to still find myself a job. It's been about 4 to 5 months now. And it would be really appreciated if I find a good job. It's about time, right? I mean, I could be without a job for another year. I got enough history of working that I got enough benefits for another year, but I don't wanna. You know, at one point you just go like, I want to do some work again. And late nights and sleep outs, it's all fun, but after like 4 or 5 months, it becomes a bit of a drag. And actually, I did have a job interview that worked out pretty well. Was supposed to be a bus driver at Schiphol Airport. Got a whole education out of it. Get my license to drive trucks and everything. And then I made a financial sheet for myself, what the income of that job would be and what it would cost me. And it came out that if I do that job, I would get in seriously financial trouble. Why? Because first of all, the whole education I needed to pay back. Well, half of it, but that still was about 2,500 euros if I get all the exams right at once. Then I wouldn't get any travel costs and have to travel like at least 100 kilometers a day. I'd have to buy a car. So, you know, that whole financial sheet is not going to be very colorful, because if I have to drive 100 kilometers a day, the gasoline in Holland is about €1.70 something at the moment. €1.70 is like almost $2 for 1 liter of gasoline. So imagine having to drive about 300 to 400 kilometers a week in a car you have to buy as well. It's just, yeah, it wasn't going to work out. It's a pity though, because I think I'd like to have driven a 20-ton bus through the center of Amsterdam. That would have been awesome. But, you know, shit happens. And it actually made me think about a lot of other things as well, you know. Like, what do you want to do with your life? I'm 38. And if I could, I'd be a full-time YouTuber. But the thing is that I'm quite controversial if I start saying what I want. And I wouldn't have any security that my videos would generate any money, because probably YouTube would say it's not viable for ads. Meaning, it's a very insecure future. I also thought about doing a Dutch channel. You know, a channel in Dutch, doing the same stuff, or maybe even do a Dutch fake news channel, debunking the Dutch state TV, which lies, lies, and lies. But it has the same problem, you know, and if people get wind of it, it's hard to find a job as well in that sector. when they find out you're having a YouTube channel that's controversial. I saw something on TV on YouTube yesterday. It was interesting. There was this guy who had a drug problem, who went to the States, got clean, and then he started his own health clinic. He's got 6 very successful ones in Holland now. And he said something very interesting. He said, for example, in Holland, if you had your own company, but the company died one way or the other, went bankrupt, you can actually put that on your CV saying, I owned my own company once, and that will be seen as an asset. And he said they wouldn't do that in the States. But if you, for example, if you had an alcohol problem and you got clean, and you put that on your CV in America saying, I used to have an alcohol addiction, but I'm clean now for a year, it actually is an asset. Well, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what they said. And that's interesting, because if you put that on your Dutch CV, that you had an alcohol problem, you wouldn't even get invited. You don't get the respect of employers that you conquered an addiction. You get the respect of your family, but you wouldn't dare put it on your CV. It just shows you how different some parts of the world think about things. It made me think about a few things as well. Now, I never really had an addiction, so I know a lot of people who have, though, so I know how it works. And it always prevented me from going over the top when I liked smoking weed or something. You know, you're Dutch anyway, you're a teenager. So yeah, let's continue on another spot. Cheers. Kept all my New Year's resolutions. And one of them was to go more into nature. And I think if a lot of millennials would go more into nature instead of just sitting, playing games. Now, not all of them do, of course. Some even play classical music. But just to go outside and to understand what's going on. Oh, wow. Sorry, guys. I see a great little bird over there. Awesome. Gotta find out what the name is. I'll show you a picture later. Maybe turning out to be a very dull video, isn't it? Let me try to see if I can focus on this little bird over there. And we'll fly away. Yeah, this is not going to work. It's not a camera for it. I'm sorry, you'll have to believe me. So, in the end I decided to change my idea today. Because like I said, I was going to do some magnet fishing. It's not going to help, it's all frozen. So I decided to go out and do some bird spotting. Now the problem is, I can't really show you what I'm spotting. Because this camera doesn't really work for it. It's not like a very good zoom camera. Now this thing works. But I don't think it works for you to show through the hole of the camera or the binocular lens. Oh God, my English is bad today. So what I'll do, because I don't want to waste this video, I'll show you some of the pictures I'll find online of the birds I spotted today. It's a bit silly, but there's not much else I can do, can I? I'm just going to tell you that I'm going to be completely honest and show you a clip of all the birds I've saw today. And I must be... This is the best buy I have done ever since the Pelagos. Because it really widens your scope on nature. You see a bird in a tree, you have a look with your binoculars, if you got good binoculars, and then you really experience nature in a completely different way. You know, if you see a duck on the street, you can try to stand next to it to watch it, but it'll be aware of you. You will not see how it behaves when nobody else is around. What's the character of the bird? What's the character of the animal? And if you're looking from afar and you use things like this, there's a whole new world. It's the same as if you buy a good microscope or a stereoscope. Like I told you last time, it scared the shit out of me. I put a lichen underneath a stereoscope and there was this little worm inside. And in color, 150 times zoomed in, it was quite scary. Especially because you look with two oculars. But in all honesty, guys, this is actually the weather I enjoy most. Cold, a bit clouded, and you know, if you walk here, the silence is just awesome. You probably know I'm quite a talker, so having this silence once in a while really helps you to put things into perspective, come up with new ideas, just reflect on your own life. I don't want to go too deep in this video, but really, if you go to, and don't go with a lot of other people, just go alone. Bring your binoculars, a bag, some water with you, something to eat. Make sure you're clothed correctly. I mean, I got like 4 layers on here, even trousers. Bring good shoes. And you'll be able to do anything you want. I definitely did. Doesn't happen that much that I'm speechless. Just don't have anything to say. It's a weird day today. It's a weird, weird day. Sounds like a phone call. I don't care. So whatever happened to the watch community, eh? I think about a year ago, 2 years ago, we were all in contact with one another. We had a great time. Some people got a falling out. Some other people tried to intrude. Some other people started to bash other people. Facebook pages are set up. What we got now, we're all going our own way. I think it's fine. I think it's a good thing we're all going our own way. We still have contact with another, just not doing videos together. Maybe it will come again. Maybe we'll come back. I know there's something coming of some kind of a super group of channels joining forces again. Honestly, I was contacted and I declined. I wish everybody a lot of luck with some super channel, but I must say I've had a bit of enough shit with channels combining stuff, and you know, when the goal is also to make money, I mean, I could use the money, but when the goal is to make money, I lose interest. Not necessarily about making the money, but the way YouTube works, and it's not my thing to... The only time I make money is I go to Patreon or go viral or stuff, or could live off of YouTube, but I don't want to make $100 a month and thrust like millions of commercials through my subscribers' throat, you know? It's just not me. And I'm, like I said, I'm not doing many watches videos as well because I got the page. You can find the page on Facebook. It's called the Rolex Free Watch Collectors page. And the only reason I made that page was to have a watch-related page, wristwatch-related page, that did not have Rolex pictures in it. Now, it's not that I do not like Rolex. It's just like, you know, if you talk about watches, everybody starts talking about Rolex, and it just swamps any forum, any picture gallery. You know, I had 2 people asking me if they could be a member of the group, so I let them in. And within 2 days, they put 2 or 3 pictures off of the Submariner and the Datejust. And you immediately get like 4 or 5 people putting the same picture up, like, oh, mine says hi. It's like when you go to a forum when you want to find out a problem, you want to find a solution to a problem you have with your phone or your computer or with your television or whatever, and you actually find that problem. You go to the forum, you start, you know, you see it's like a very long form, so you can think, well, yeah, I'm gonna find the answer between these, and you find out that everybody's agreeing with the poster. It's like, I got a problem with my computer, it's this and this and that. And then you read on to, in the answer, it's like, yeah, I got this problem, yeah, I got this problem, yeah, I never made it, and what is this problem? I tried it, didn't work, what's the problem? I got this problem. Which is useless. What do you do that for? So you can relate? Did you got the same problem? Maybe. Maybe. Well, anyway, watches. Of course, I'm outdoors, so I'm wearing the Mudmaster. Let me show it to you. And again, it's a great watch. Worst thing about the watch is the horrible strap, the rubber strap, which is not comfortable at all. The watch closes very nicely around the wrist, but the strap, in my opinion, the rubber strap is just useless. I contacted Casio, and they said, well, you know, it's the one that comes with the watch, and we want to make it as comfortable as possible. I said, and as strong as possible. I said, well, you know, it's the Heisenberg principle, you know. Anything is just as strong as its weakest point. And with the Mudmaster, it's the buckle, because it's still held together with a spring bar. Now, I told before, when I dropped the watch, the buckle came off. So you could have like this huge, great, water, fire and wind resisting watch. When you drop it, you lose it, because the buckle is held with a spring bar, and the rubber is completely not comfortable. I would love to have this on some piece of fabric, like the fabric I had around the Citizen Skyhawk. That is a marvelous, marvelous, marvelous thing. Great strap. Not the rubber. I don't like the rubber. You say, yeah, it's water resistant. Yeah, it's kind of sweaty as well. It's just, ugh. But I'm wearing it today because I really like that watch. I enjoy it a lot. I think if you're a policeman, it's a great watch. You're always on time. So I've been walking around for about an hour now. Haven't seen anybody else. I'm just all alone in this nature. And one thing I found out as well, with this weather, I actually see more different species of birds, animals, than I did, for example, last week when I was walking here doing the lichens. And it's interesting because I thought I wouldn't see anything. I thought the birds would be, you know, in between the bushes and stuff and wouldn't fly, but they actually are looking for food. So they show their faces, and especially if you're quiet, use your binoculars. There's a lot to see. Incredible. I love that. Well, we live and learn. I can urge anyone to go out and understand your neighborhood. Last Saturday I did an excursion in the history of Holland. So Holland are 2 provinces in the Netherlands. And Northern Holland has a great history in how it's originated. You know, it used to be all sea, and then the Ice Age came. When the ice retreated, there was a lot of sand blown about, and those became the dunes. And at one point there were only dunes. There was sea before you had the dunes, and there was sea after. And then they had the monks and all kinds of different, I maybe even call them tribes. And I'm talking like the year 1000, 1100. And they decided to make the dikes. And as soon as they started making the dikes, the water sought another way out to sea. And because of the tides, people are getting wet feet twice a day. So, let me just cut it short here, somebody coming. So I had to cut the video short just a while ago because there was a lady coming my way and she wouldn't go away. She was calling. She was on the phone and I was like, why don't you just go away? You can see that they're making a film. You know, I was getting a bit irritated. And she walked up to me and said, and we had a good conversation, you know, instead of being annoyed, I just had a great conversation. And she told me that I can walk around this whole field. I didn't even know this. I thought this was the only part that I could walk. So I decided, because I'm well clothed, I decided we're gonna have a look. It's gonna be my first time around. I'm gonna take you with me. How about that? Now I know this camera is not gonna last because the other battery was already dead. This is the second battery. Didn't think I needed a third one. Turns out I should have, but I still got my phone with me as well. So at least I can film for another 45 minutes, which means that I'll probably use 10 minutes of it. But anyway, so come along with me. So I took the shortcut, found out it actually leads me nowhere. Gotta walk back now, but would you like me to try if I can walk on the water? No, rather not. I bet you would like to see me go under. But I'm too far from home to get wet. I must say the weather is absolutely brilliant. It's kind of cold, but holy fuck, dude, look at this. It doesn't look very big from that distance, but I can tell you it's got pretty much of a span on its wings. So yeah, I'm gonna go fishing here. Look at this lake. Brilliant. Well, should come in more often. Just coming back on the lichens here, look at that. So we're here at a bridge, wooden bridge. Look at all the lichens. Jeez. They're all over the bridge. When I get the time, I will determinate them. I found a gas station along the way. Had something to eat, 2 sandwiches. Oh, I needed that. And then I was almost attacked by 2 dogs because they saw I had sandwiches, and the owner was like, prepare your sandwiches because he's gonna eat them. I said, why don't you just call your dog back? Yeah, but he's just a pup. What's that kind of an excuse? You either control your dog or you don't. I even control my cat. It isn't that hard. You just assume authority with animals. Normally you'll be fine. So anyway, I asked if I could walk around because that's what I'm trying to do. And now I'm walking through this piece of deep shit, so I have to be a bit careful. But I'll get there. Oh, for fuck's sake, this is getting deep. Ugh. So, I found my way out. And now I'm back on the road, not really knowing where I'm going. There's a big road here though, can't help it, but it's an interesting thing. I came to think about it, why am I making YouTube videos? Why is anybody making YouTube videos? I don't know, but I'll continue as soon as the bikers passed, sorry. Right, now if there's another biker coming, I'll find another place somewhere else. But yeah, like I said, why are we making YouTube videos, right? And you know I got 800 subscribers, more or less. Lose a few, gain a few. And when I make a watch video, it will be seen about a few hundred times, maybe 500-600 times. And I think my record is the Pelagos half a year progress report. It has like something like 50,000 views. I'm gonna cut it short because there's more bikers coming this way. I'm in quite a busy part here. I should be doing something else. All right, see, very small. Now there's a big guy over there. And his cousin is laying in the grass over there. But look at this landscape. I can't really understand. I've never seen this before. Well, not. I've never been here before. Let's say it like this. So say again, meh, meh, meh. You gonna say something? Nope. Just minding his business. Just minding his own business. Unfortunately, it's hard to make a video here, simply because of all the noise of the road just right here. I say if you look there, I would say it's beautiful, but it's the way it is now. I made one mistake because I started off at the station, thought I'd go for a walk for about half an hour. Then I met the lady who said you can walk all the way around, so I did. Well, I think I'm 3/3 or 3/4 in, but a bit of a problem is that I wasn't prepared with my feet. So these are quite heavy shoes. I think I must have walked about 10 to 12 miles at the moment, which is not that far, but when you're not that prepared, so my left foot, I strapped it in more because they're boots, so I could strap in them a bit tighter, which is better. But my left foot is hurting like hell. Fuck me. So I might want to sit down. You know, I might sit down here for a little while. Why not, huh? Unfortunately, I can't make that video because you can hear me now, but I'm not going to scream over the cars. Oh, look at this. I found a watchtower. So I think I'm just going to talk over this video. There's a nice view that we can enjoy. So I was talking about the landscape. Well, I'll go into that another time as well, because all these little streams, they're handmade. It was to give the water a way out. And I was also talking about why we make YouTube videos. Now, like I said, I have about 800 subscribers. And if I don't make a watch video, the video normally is watched maybe 80 times to 100 times, 150 times, and probably 20 times by myself to see if everything went well with the movie. So who am I making videos for, or who are we making videos for? I think for a big reason we make the videos for ourselves. Capture ourselves doing something that we can look back on in 10-20 years. It's like a vlog, or it's even like Facebook. It's like a diary, but everybody's supposed to see it. It's strange, but it works for me. I love doing these outdoor videos, and I know there's maybe 1% of my viewers will actually watch everything I do, and if I give these people a chance to follow me, what I do, and they enjoy it, why would it bother me? I love it. I don't need 1,000 people wanting to know what I'm up to. If it's 10 to 20 people who really are interested in what I do, great. Now let me give you a code word to see if you actually watch this whole video, and yeah, Scrabble. Scrabble, 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 Scrabble. If you put that hashtag Scrabble somewhere, I know you watched the whole video. But again, guys, this is if you go and look around in your own neighborhood, you will find so many beautiful spots. And if you learn something of its history, its origin, the people who lived there throughout history. I mean, this part of the country has been occupied for about a few thousand years, and only the last few hundred years it's actually been used the way it is now. And if you know where to look, you can see the history in the countryside, and I will go into that another time. But I thought this is just a very nice little place to sit for me, because I wasn't planning to walk this far, and well, you know, I didn't have my bus card with me, so I have to walk back anyway. So I've been walking for about 2.5 to 3 hours now. I think it's about time to have a look how to get back to the station to go back home. I was walking back to the station. I found this quick little monument here, and it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 names of people who have been shot here by the Germans on the 15th of April 1945, which is quite sad in itself, of course, probably because some resistance stuff had been done, but the worst thing is that this is within a month of the liberation of Holland. The war was 5 years, and in the last 3 weeks of the war these people were still shot. And you can see that from Utrecht, The Hague, Amsterdam, Arnhem, so maybe they were shot there and brought here and laid to be an example for the people here. Quite sad, but that's why we have these things, to remember that we shouldn't do all these things anymore, right? So whatever happens in the States, or with the Brexit, or with Trump, or with Wilders, or whatever, we know we don't want to have this back again. So amen to these people, brave people. Anyway, continue to walk. So there we are, at the end of my walk. Hope you enjoyed it. I did. Felt like I was on holiday. But well, yeah, I'm trying to get a hang of it. What do I show? What don't I show? Gotta do it in other places as well. Take the train somewhere else next time, show you something else. But I love this. One of my New Year's resolutions was to go out the house, and I'm doing it. I'm having a lot of fun doing it. Hope you have too. And I might not always talk very, how you say, comprehensive or in tune with my story. Well, I'll learn. You know, I have a lot to learn about nature, and I don't mind having a great time. And like I said before, if there's only 10 to 15 people following what I do, getting inspired, getting into nature, man, then I'm a winner. So I could go and see if I can find something in here, but I was just about doing a bit of magnet fishing, and I don't really feel like it now, so we'll do that next time. Okay guys, have a good one. Hope you liked the video. Peace. Chowdy bye. Why do you keep sneaking up on me?